Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello, and welcome to a special episode of the Film Blurs. I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. The Final Boss, a.k.a. Choco Tarantino, and I'm joined here, as always, with my friend and co-host.
What's up, ball bags? It's your favorite hero protagonist, kind of saving the world. Maybe I might let y'all niggas die. Brandon Norwood. Listen.
Look. How long we been doing this? Fucking 2,000 years? Maybe we need to call it quits.
Yeah, and listen. It's just because, like, I've seen some videos of people I know have now gotten snatched. Like, people.
Oh, you're talking about the...
I'm talking about people I personally know.
So you're talking about the snatching. I'm talking about Iran and Israel. There's so much bullshit going on in the world.
Yeah. We back in the complete wrong horse. I was just like, okay, they wiped out one country. They're about to wipe out another.
Man, I just want to watch movies and fucking drink. That's all I want to do.
So when all this dick posturing and everybody showing their dicks is done, then it's just going to be a war between us, Russia, Israel, and fucking China and North Korea. Because now nobody's keeping anybody in check. You could just bomb the shit out of it and then, hey, all right, well, it's our turn to run the world.
Where is Wakanda when we need it?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude,
I'm serious about that shit.
Yeah, nigga. Listen, I've been watching. I gotta get caught up on Silo, so I know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
I might have to get back into that show, just as you said, as precautionary measure.
I'm trying to see how to run a silo. Make sure, listen, I'm gonna run it just as what's that nigga's name?
What, Tim Robbins?
Nah. God damn, I can't think of his name. David Oyelowo. I'm gonna run it just like him and be like, yo, listen, we gotta take this nigga out, bro. Listen, he's gonna start talking. I'm gonna run it just like that.
I forgot he was in that show, man. Like,
yeah, there's mad motherfuckers in that show.
I got to get back to that show. Like, that first season, it did not do it to me. Do it for me, especially since I read the book. I was like,
I have all my favorite shows are based off of books now. When we do our regular episode, we're gonna get into one of my favorite shows got canceled. I was like, oh, you dusty motherfuckers.
Just tell me what it is. What is it?
Wheel of Time.
What?
Yeah, they canceled that, but they going forward with still making this fucking $1 billion Lord of the Rings show nobody watches. It's so bad that people have been petitioning Amazon. What's her face? Rosamund Pike, because she's a producer on this, and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense because she's a movie star. She stayed silent a whole month after it got canceled, and then she finally said what she had to say. I was like, oh yeah, you needed to go punch the wall for a month before you release this, because I was like, yo, if this statement is this angry, I can only imagine how you felt a month ago.
On day one. Yeah, on day one. Yeah, sometimes you just need to, like, woo-saw. Even if you're still angry, you just need to walk away, because you're going to say some shit that's going to hurt some feelings and destroy your career.
I'm under embargo for some Amazon show that I'm going to talk about in our next full episode. This show is so bad that when the publicist emailed me back and said, hey, we're going to have to cancel your interviews, the talent has limited time, I was just like, no problem at all. I was like, that is completely fine. This show, oh my God, I cannot wait to talk about this.
Can I look, no. I'm pausing this shit right now so you can tell me what this thing is.
But yeah,
wow,
it's bad. It's fucking bad, man. And they only gave me the first 10 episodes. They didn't even give me all 13.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yo, so anyways, I don't even know how we got on that.
I have no idea. It's like it's been seconds for the audience. We were like talking. We've been talking shit for 20 minutes off. We need to record this shit. Like when we go offline, we need to record that shit and make motherfuckers subscribe to that.
Yeah. That could be some Patreon shit because I'm thinking about moving.
Yeah, man. Like we can. Yeah. Whatever. We'll talk about it.
All right. So we gotta stop talking business on the show. But anyways,
All right.
Some news is a couple of months ago, they delayed both Avengers movies. So both have now moved back to December instead of May. So instead of May 2026, Secret Wars or Doomsday, will come out December 18th, 2027. Same day as Shrek 5, Dune Messiah, and I think another movie's dated that day. And I'm just like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go see fucking Dune. Like just on principle. Like, fuck y'all.
You're gonna see it on principle, but also the audience is fucking done.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because
they're burnt out.
Yeah, because we're gonna get into some more Marvel news because there's been a lot since we haven't done the show. And some of it is not good. Some of it I'm just like, wow, that really fucking sucks. But yeah, man. And then the following December is like December 16th, 2028. That's when Secret Wars will drop. And I'm just like, all right, but y'all have dated now 4 movies for 2028 after you said you're gonna pull back and do 2 or 3 movies a year. Now we're back to doing 4 a year.
Right. I mean, they're obviously going to push those other movies back, and it's fine. Good. Push it back. Do the work. Make them good and better and enjoyable. But Doomsday, it already had an uphill battle. No matter what the IP is, no matter like putting Avengers on it, the Marvel brand has been watered down so much and been so disappointing. When we get a competent movie like Thunderbolts, we're like, Marvel's back. It's like, no, they just didn't fuck that one up.
Yeah, man. If they want to be back, that means Fantastic Four has to be good. Spider-Man, which we'll get into some news for that shit has to be good. Because I'm like, bro, you coming out 2 weeks after the Odyssey? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yo, okay. Y'all still not going to have IMAX for that opening weekend. And I'm pretty sure Spider-Man's going to want IMAX.
Yeah, it's it's not like it was back in 2010, right? When if it was a Marvel movie, like you're walking in the ring like Mike Tyson circa 1989, right? It's not like that, right? Right now, you go in the ring, you're Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like we remember how you were, but you ain't got the legs no more.
It seems like big budget original movies are like starting to come back, man. Because Sinners, Oppie, Barbie. I'm trying to think something else recently.
I mean, F1 is going to do bang.
Oh yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know, man. I mean, James Gunn even said it. He's just like, yeah, Iger made them do too much too quickly, and it absolutely killed them. I was just like, damn, bro.
Yeah, it's these streaming services, right? You create these streaming services that you have to then feed with content constantly, right?
Because you gotta stay subscribed. You want to keep your subscriptions, but if you're not putting out anything, it's just like, oh, then why bother?
Right. It's like I'll just resubscribe when the show I want comes out. So that's why you have to put out shit constantly. That's not how you make entertainment, right?
That's the point I wanted to get to. Is Amazon? They only have like 2 shows now that I'll subscribe to when they come on, and that is Reacher and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Otherwise, I'm like, every show I watched has been canceled, or it's a show I don't really care about.
Wait, with Jack Ryan though?
That's going to be movies now.
Oh, so they're done with the TV show.
Yeah.
There's just a okay.
Yeah, they
All right.
announced that last year. Like, yeah, that because season 4, I remember, was the last one, and they announced it like, yo, this show's done. And then last year, they were just like, yeah, they're gonna be movies now. And I was like, all right, like, yo, listen,
All right, cool.
I
Look,
I fuck with that show hard. Honestly, it's my favorite version of Jack Ryan.
and look, I'm a sucker for all the Jack Ryans except for what was the one? What was it? Not Chris Pine?
Yeah,
Was it Chris Pine?
yeah, that one was bad. I ain't like Ben Affleck's either.
I like.
He was a good Jack
Affleck's-
Ryan, but the movie itself sucked.
It was like Some of All Fears is a comfort movie for me, right? I know it's not particularly good, right? But I'll put it on because I fucking love Affleck.
Fair.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, that's gonna be the accountant too for me.
See, fair,
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I don't understand how these people are going to keep pumping out Lord of the Rings, bro, for $1 billion.
Even The Hobbit, people didn't like, right?
The biggest problem with this show is like, yo, it like nothing happens and it moves at such a slow pace for stories we already know because this is a prequel. Like I'm like the old dude. They spent the whole season with the old dude who fell out the sky, and I'm like, oh, that's clearly Gandalf, right? Dude has magical powers, just fell out of the sky and survived, and he's old. Like it's Gandalf.
Right.
The Sauron was a human, apparently. That's how, like when we got to that, I was like, yo, this makes no fucking sense. Why is he walking around? Why would he need the ring if he could just transform into a human, bro? Like that's the whole thing about Lord of the Rings is like, bro lost the ring and he can't be in like, how can I say this? Physical form. That's why he's a giant fucking eye in the sky. Do you see what I'm
going
getting
to
at?
use? I get what you're saying. Like, look, I'm going to use my favorite analogy, right? Sometimes I don't care where the things that I love come from. I just love the things that I love, right? It was 50th anniversary of Jaws is this weekend.
Oh yeah, I watched it yesterday.
I don't need. I've been watching it all week, man.
I'm gonna watch 3 and 4 now because I've never seen them.
Oh, 3 is mwah, chef's kiss of wrong ideas, and you gotta watch The Revenge. You gotta watch 4.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch both. I'm like, you know what? I finally they're all up on Peacock, and I was like, oh cool. I don't have to pay money to watch the last 2 finally.
Right.
Yeah. I fucked around
but,
I fucked up. I bought Jaws 2 when DVDs were still hot because I was like, oh, Jaws was cool. I never knew there was a Jaws 2. I paid for that shit, and I was just like, oh damn. I see why Spielberg's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine. But
big step down.
But I don't. Yeah, but I don't need a prequel to Jaws, right? Yeah. I don't need to see the whaling ship that killed Jaws' mother and like him pumping, like, fucking getting mixed up in the wrong crowd of sharks, him getting trained how to kill by an orca to work all our way up to Amityville. I don't need to see that shit, right? I just need to know that this shark is pissed off and he's killing motherfuckers. I don't sometimes just keep going forward.
How, Jeff, let me ask you, how long was the prologue in Fellowship of the Ring?
10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, imagine that for an entire TV show.
No, I can't. I don't. That's why I have not watched the shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I watched that first season. I was just like, I got to the end of the season. I was like, good luck on everybody who's going to continue. Good luck. Like, that's crazy they got a season 2. It's crazy they're getting a season 3.
I mean, how many seasons did they actually have this plan for?
5 or 6.
Ooh, all right. Sure. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Good luck, Amazon.
Yeah, but y'all canceled The Peripheral. Y'all canceled Outer Range.
Yeah.
Right? You canceled The Wheel of Time. Okay. It's probably something else I'm forgetting that y'all canceled that I probably enjoyed.
Yeah, I would have to go. I would have to go back. Amazon's one of those services where I'm like, I gotta remember to check it to see if there's a show on it that I like that I should watch.
The only two shows
Right.
I know I'll watch is because they're everywhere. Is because it's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, because that was in the conversation, and everybody loves Reacher. Like they advertised the fuck out of Reacher. They put money behind Reacher.
And good for that. Good for Reacher. They got it right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Anyways, back to Marvel. But yeah, I don't know, Jeff. Does this inspire more faith in either one of these movies? Not really. Like, I'm glad they got more time, but
see, not more faith, right? It does not instill more faith in me that this was a worthy endeavor, but it does show me that they're at least trying.
Well, I mean, I'll be real.
Oh, they're trying to try.
I get why the pressure's on for them to get it right, because like you paid Robert Downey Jr. to come back as the Marvel villain next to Galactus. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, well, no, they still got Magneto, so they still got 3 villains
for one movie.
Right, because we all know Secret Wars is going to end with a new Doctor Doom.
Maybe it's Mads. Maybe they'll get it right.
And so moving on from that, wait, Jeff, I meant to ask you, gun to your head, if you have to see one, Doomsday or Dune, which one you seeing?
Gun to my head? Yeah, Dune.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like, Marvel has to impress me now, right? Before, I was just a fan. Right? Whatever they put out, I would watch it and I would enjoy it, right? Marvel stopped being, for me, great after fucking Endgame, right? After Endgame, their output has been fucking shoddy at best.
Yeah. There's a handful of them we like, right?
Yeah. There's a handful of them.
That's the problem. They used to be like, oh, all of these were enjoyable. Now it's just like, it's just a handful. And not to mention, we've introduced so many new characters that we haven't seen in years. Like, you gotta think, me and you don't like Shang-Chi, but people love that movie. That was a hit. Bro, that's coming up like 5 years ago.
He hasn't appeared in anything, right? They don't even mention this motherfucker. Right?
What the fuck's good with Moon Knight?
What is good with Moon Knight? I don't know.
Like, what I mean?
Like, let's go. Yeah, like, and we're like, once we get into this review, we'll talk about that shit too. Like,
so let's get into. Go ahead.
I shouldn't have to do fucking research.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, that's
because I'm saying, I was like, I remember being on Twitter, and I was just like, I wonder if because the leaked lineup for the new Avengers is out, and instead of Strange, Wong's in there, and I'm like, why the fuck is Wong here instead of Strange? And I had all the nerds being like, well, he's
the Sorcerer Supreme now.
No,
like
he's in the dark dimension with Clea, and I was like, who the fuck is Clea? And
that's right.
He's like, and they're like, it's Charlize Theron. I was like, who the? And then I literally replied back. He's like, I understood that, but literally, who the fuck is Clea? And then I had a bunch of nerds explaining to me who Clea is, and I was just like, if she's that major of a character, you guys needed a better fucking introduction for a character who's a major important person in Strange's life.
Facts.
Like,
super facts.
You just can't have some motherfucker show up in a cameo and just be like, I'm here. And I'm like, but who are you?
Like, that's an analogy for the Trump administration. Motherfuckers just show up and just say they're important. Like, hey, I'm important.
Yeah, exactly.
like, but why are you show me something? Can I see your CV? Like, you can't just show up and say you're fucking important.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some bad Marvel news.
That wasn't bad.
No, this is yo, Jeff. When I tell you this, like this really hurts my heart to say this because I'm just like, you guys, of course, it would be the good one.
Right. Okay.
Thunderbolts is going to
Mhm.
lose $100 million.
I don't know how that happens.
They
I
kept that low too. Like they said, we wanted the budget to keep it under 180, and they did. It was like 179. It was like right around hovering around that. It's their cheapest movie in years, their best movie in years, and it's only gonna make like 300 and like I think they said 390 worldwide, 170 here.
But how does it lose money?
I don't know.
How's
I don't
it?
know, but it's losing $100 million. That's fucking crazy. That fucking sucks too. I'm like, y'all, they finally put out a good one. Y'all motherfuckers are just like, and I should have known because when I sneaked into that Dolby screening, and it was literally the Monday after, and I just sneaked in because I was like, yo, I need a movie to take a nap in because like
Right.
at that point that was gonna be like my third time. I didn't understand how even on a Monday afternoon there was only 10 other people in that motherfucker.
In New York.
Right.
Right? Like, I know a lot of you motherfuckers don't have jobs. You're living off your parents. Like, you got nothing to do. You're retired, whatever. You can go out at 9:25 in the morning in New York, and the streets are packed with people, right? So I don't understand how this movie that everyone was talking about only had 10 people in the theater.
I really do think I gotta say I do think part of the problem is they pushed the new Avengers thing too quickly.
Too fast?
Too quickly. Way too quickly.
Mhm.
I think that honestly is what killed it because, bro, if that's how you're gonna play it opening weekend, again, I say for a lot of people, they're gonna be like, well, why bother? I could just wait till after opening weekend, find out what this movie's really about, and get enough context, and then just go into an Avengers movie or one of these I really want to fucking see.
And then honestly, right, the fact that you call it the new Avengers, the Avengers brand has been watered down since Endgame, right? And as soon as you say the new Avengers, in people's heads, they're like, well, now what has happened between the last Avengers movie that I liked and this one? Then I got to do the work, go back and watch all the other bullshit, right?
Which is a lot.
It's that whole entire research thing.
It's a lot,
right? It's that whole entire I have to study to enjoy the movie. If they had just said Thunderbolts, right? A new team, people would be like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I don't have to know about all this other bullshit to go into it, and I can just go. Right?
Yo,
as soon as you say Avengers, people are like, I know the last Avengers film was fucking 10 years ago? Right?
2019.
All right, so it was like, all right, so it was 6 years ago. So that means there's 6 years worth of bullshit that I gotta fucking catch up on? Nah, I'm good. I'll wait for it to come out on Disney Plus.
Bro, and the problem with Marvel is because they did so much so fast, now they're in the Star Wars camp where it's all homework now. That's why a lot of people don't like Star Wars. Like, I try to say, like, yo, Star Wars is cool. You could just watch the original trilogy. They're like, no, but it's all that other stuff. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
All that other stuff doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, right? But, like, you can still watch the OG trilogy because those are movies. Those are complete stories, right? A buddy of mine finally started watching Andor. Right, and he's like a casual Star Wars fan. Like he's old, he's my age, right? So he's OG trilogy, and then we were there for the prequels, right? And I kept on saying, "Watch Andor, watch Andor, watch Andor." And he finally started watching it, and like he's texting me 3:00 in the morning. It's like, "Yo," right? Because it's exciting, right? Because it's nuanced. It's an adult show, right? It's how you should treat fans of Star Wars who grew up with Star Wars. Treat them like they're grown-ups.
I mean, I agree with you. Yeah, like you need more mature stories, but also like I get like you can do both. You can make stuff for kids and you can make stuff for adults.
Right.
But I think
But
the
make it good.
problem. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Excuse me. Was with Disney was that like they just did too much too fast in the name of fucking greed and capitalism. They
Yeah, it was like, oh, people love Boba Fett. Give Boba Fett a show.
like
Right? It was like that type of shit.
both they try. What they did with Marvel, they tried to do with Star Wars, and now it's backfired at both.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney itself doesn't really have much to fall back on other than live action remakes and not even Pixar anymore.
Yeah. Look, we've been preaching this for 4 years. You know?
Yo, take your time. Just take your time, baby.
Just like it's the fan base isn't going anywhere, right? Make it special.
I think we've also hit the apex of like we're tired of seeing the same shit. It's time to make some new shit. Let's you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you run the new shit in the ground as long as you keep making new shit. So that way the new shit ain't all the way ran into the ground too fast.
Yeah, no, like I'm with you.
So with that said, the last piece of Marvel news we're gonna get into, they just announced last night the Punisher is going to be co-starring in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I don't know how you're gonna pull that off, just because Bernthal's Punisher is just so angry and so violent, and like Spider-Man, these have been for like kids, yes, both adults and kids, but like I don't know if you want to take a kid to see the Punisher right now.
That also that you don't want to see. You definitely don't want to take a kid to see the fucking Punisher,
especially this climate. Like I'm like, yo, if we're bringing the Punisher back, keep him in Daredevil and then keep him on Disney Plus in an M-rated show. Like putting him in a Spider-Man movie, I'm like, dog, he belonged in the Deadpool movie more than he did the fucking Spider-Man movie.
And like you said, today's climate, the fact that in Born Again, the Punisher has to come out and say, like, he has to talk against the police, right?
Yeah,
like they got to make that clear.
Stop co-opting my image.
Right. So this is not a good time to put the Punisher with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I was thinking the same thing. I was just like, yo, I get Tom Holland is 30. I get Peter's going to be a little older, but also he's still going to be like, what, 20, 21?
Maybe 22. Yeah, like he's in his early 20s. If you've seen Bernthal's Punisher, he is not putting up with any of fucking Peter Parker's shenanigans.
No, this nigga fucking ended Spider-Man No Way Home with him in his apartment that he can barely afford, getting his high school GED. I'm like, bro, a dude who's just getting his high school GED, he's 17, 18, in the very next movie, he'll be a few years older, and you're gonna put him in with the fucking Punisher
with the deadliest
Yo, what the fuck
person,
what the fuck,
right?
What the fuck
in the Marvel universe, and the most unhinged,
yo,
right? Like, okay, I love Bernthal. I would watch him in a Wheaties commercial, and I love his Punisher. I do not want to watch a fucking buddy cop film with Spider-Man and the Punisher.
Yo, and all on social media, all the nerds are like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they are.
They're like, Spider-Man's gonna, because you know the other rumor is like the Hulk is gonna be one of the villains, and then they're like, because they want to have a Spider-Man versus Hulk fight, and I'm like, nigga, that makes no sense. But you know what? At this point, do what you want to do. So you're gonna have Spider-Man and the Punisher fight the Hulk.
I'm mad that our show, we are talking about the collective
oh my god
masturbation material for an entire generation of incels, right? Because like they're so excited about this shit. You know, the fucking Lubriderm and whatever lotion they use to spank off, right? It's thick in the air, right? Can The Punisher? Really?
When they first announced Spider-Man Thor, excuse me, not Spider-Man Thor, Spider-Man 4, I thought they were just gonna have Matt Murdock, since he was in No Way Home, and who's the one superhero in the comics that Daredevil always teams up with? It's fucking Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man, as popular as he is, y'all keep forgetting, he's a street level villain, not an street level hero. Not like an Avengers level hero. Yes, he is and can be in the Avengers, but also he's a street level hero. Like, he ain't fighting fucking Galactus. He ain't fighting who's another big one? The Collector.
Right. Spider-Man's biggest nemesis is his best friend's dad. Yeah. And his best friend, right? Like, that's Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, and also you could have tickled our taints if you had put Matt Murdock in there, because then you could have put Kingpin, because who's the other villain Spider-Man's associated with? It's fucking Kingpin. See Daredevil and Spider-Man team up to take down the Kingpin, bro. Already that would be the greatest Spider-Man movie ever in my eyes. I'd be like,
yeah, but so here it's like, and I can tell already the hacky story. So Spider-Man rebuilding his life and everything like that. He has a run-in with Daredevil. Daredevil gets either kidnapped or taken out, and then so he goes looking for Daredevil, and he runs into the Punisher, who is also looking for Matt Murdock, and they have a cursory alliance to see what happens with Matt Murdock. That is the hackiest thing that I can think of, and that's probably going to be the story.
I honestly wish you guys would have just put the Defenders in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it street. Like, that would have been a cool way to get people excited about these fucking characters again. Be like, yo,
right? Because you're bringing them back. Because I heard they're bringing them back.
The army that Matt's gonna build. Like, I was like, oh, it's the Defenders.
Right. Yeah. It's.
Yeah, I don't. Yo, listen. Y'all have your pick of the litter. Like, even Miss Marvel. If this was co-starring Miss Marvel, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. She's in Jersey City.
That would be fun.
Plus, they're two kids.
That would be actually like them trying to out nerd and out joke each other. I would sign up for that movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. But like, there's so many. Yeah. Look. I think Bernthal's probably gonna be a little pissed off because Tom Holland's already pissed off. Like, that Sony's putting this movie out so close. He's like, yo, bro, I want to stop being associated with Spider-Man. I want to be an actor. And I finally get one of the biggest parts of my career. Y'all got to pull this shit.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're pulling this shit, because they're using the synergy. And I get it. Sure.
Y'all got.
But it's a dumb move.
Yeah. Because, like, this is the only movie since both Doomsday and Secret Wars got delayed. Like, this is the only movie that's coming out next year for Marvel. And I'm just like, man, move it. Just move it, man.
For everybody involved, I hope it's good. I want to be wrong. Like, make me wrong.
Yo, I'm saying, because if it's not good, yo, that means it's really gonna get steamrolled by the Odyssey.
Yeah, like I was wrong about Thunderbolts, right? And I'm happy to be wrong about Thunderbolts. So make me wrong about this.
Yo, if the Odyssey's PG-13, it's really over for y'all, bro.
Right. The fucking Punisher.
And a Spider-Man movie.
Right?
Yo, you know what? We might as well have Miss Marvel team up with the Punisher. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I would rather see that. I would rather see.
But do you see how much sense? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
To put those two characters together.
Yeah. And like, the nerds are going to be like, oh, well, in the comic books, it's like, then read the fucking comic books.
Yeah, or another. That's like putting Kate Bishop. Like, imagine Hawkeye with Kate Bishop, like, and how goofy that show is. Imagine if it co-starred the Punisher. Just don't fit in there at all.
I mean, when they put the Kingpin in Hawkeye, I was like, word?
Yeah.
Really? And like the most menacing I've ever seen Vincent D'Onofrio is as the Kingpin, and then you make him a joke in Hawkeye. That tone don't tone.
Yo,
R.I.P.
yo,
Rest in peace. I don't know.
listen. Listen. I don't even know why he could even put Shang-Chi in here and have Shang-Chi be on a street level helping Peter out. Literally anybody else.
Put Wang in there.
Yeah, he met him like literally anybody else, y'all.
Any fucking body.
Like even Rocket Raccoon, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yo.
What was that the joke character from She-Hulk? Madison. Team Peter Parker up with Madison. I'd rather see that.
Oh my god. It makes sense, even more sense for She-Hulk to show up.
Everything else makes sense. Everything.
All right. Let's get
right.
into this review of Ironheart. This is a mixed bag, man, and it is. There's a lot of good stuff in here, but it is a mess.
I am not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, man.
And like warning, right? Don't come at us for this like you came at us for Black Captain America, right? As a people who are marginalized, not represented, when we are represented, we also have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, right?
Yeah.
So just because we're on screen, that's only half the battle. The shit also has to be good.
Yeah, Mantis should not be better than this.
Word. How old's Mantis? 25 years old?
Yeah.
30 years old?
Yeah, Carl Lumbly actually looks young.
Yeah, like it's like when Carl Lumbly was young, right? Like I was late 90s Mantis, yeah. And I wanted to love
Yeah,
this.
me too, because it started off pretty strong. I was like, man, Jim Rash is a piece of shit. He's every gay dude I've met, just acting, you know what I'm saying? Just taking it over the top and acting like a victim.
Well, and here's the thing. I hated the first episode, because you have that lazy voiceover, right? Where it's like, okay, now I got to go back to Wakanda Forever, a movie that I only wanted to see once, right?
That's the other problem. This show should have dropped 3 fucking years ago.
Yeah. So, and like, I wasn't gonna go back and watch how Riri fit.
Oh no,
into Wakanda Forever, right? I'm asking myself, right, and I'm asking myself questions like, why did she leave Wakanda? Why is she at MIT? You were literally at the most technologically advanced nation with their top scientist.
And she tells him, like, yo, I did an intern in Wakanda.
Right. And I was like, I wrote notes on like just the leaps in logic in this first the first 2 episodes, right? It didn't start really hitting for me until the 3rd episode. And when I say hitting, I don't mean that it was good. It's just like, I think I'm enjoying this more.
Really? Because I thought the first 2 episodes were messy but fun. And then once we hit episode 3, that's when it really started to go off the rails for me.
Right. And I get that, because honestly, this is paint by numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It's 100 paper.
Yes.
Like, if you can't see all the quote unquote twists and turns, then congratulations, you are new to TV and or movies, because this is
like, Jeff,
nothing.
This is getting released in 2 parts, right?
I And no, so we just watched the first part?
No,
Is that what happened?
no. So the first 3 episodes are dropping on Wednesday. That's why they want our review. And then the second part is the following week, July 3rd, the last 3 episodes.
Sure.
So they're even Disney's like, yeah, we're just getting this out the way. And they're not treating it like Echo, where Echo was just like, here it is.
Week by week. Right. And here's the thing. You can tell that they just made this to check a box.
Yeah. Riri, I've read a few of her comics. She's never this stupid.
She's annoying throughout the whole entire thing.
Or selfish.
Yeah. The Natalie AI, right? Actually, she should have been cast as Riri.
Yeah.
Because she's more dynamic. Yeah. She's better actress.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't feel more sympathy for the AI construct than I do for my hero, right? And that's both the casting and the writing.
Let's get into our villains here. Let's start with Stain. What's his name?
What's his Joe McGillicuddy. Should we do a spoiler warning?
Yeah, all right. So we're getting a spoiler. So spoiler.
Right. So we have Alden Onreich introduced as Joe McGillicuddy because Riri has to go on the dark web to get pieces for her iron suit. Blah 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 blah.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too.
Right.
Oh shit.
And by episode 3, we discover that Joe McGillicuddy is actually Ezekiel Stain, the son of Obadiah Stane, who is the Ironmonger, who is who in the first Iron Man was Tony's mentor who tried to kill him.
For some reason, Obadiah is looked up as a hero, even though he knows the truth that his dad really was a bad guy, and then he's turned into a bad guy because Riri. Wait, how exactly did this happen? I forget.
So episode 3, the plant heist, the botanical heist.
Right.
Riri borrows the synthetic skin from Ezekiel, and Ezekiel's like, "Please, Riri, I'm going to let you have this, but don't let this come back to me." Right? So whatever you do with this, make sure there's no fallback on me. Did I mention that the writing's horrible? Right? It's like, oh, so he made a point to say, please don't let this have fallback on me. And guess what? During the a fight, she loses the synthetic skin. Right? It gets for some reason it gets traced back to him.
Even though it should have her prints on it.
Right. It should have her prints on it, and it's black market tech. So I don't know how if the CIA or the NSA or if they weren't able to track him down before him doing all this black market shit, I don't know, because it's black market. It's not like it says his fucking name on it. Right? Property of Joe McGillicuddy. Right? So somehow the NYPD is able to, their cyber crimes unit is able to fucking trace it back. The top-notch cybercrime fucking collective of no, it's not even the Chicago PD. It's not right. It's not even NYPD of the top-notch cyber crimes division of the Chicago PD is able to trace it back to Joe McGillicuddy, and he gets put in jail.
Oh God! Oh boy!
That's how. And he's in jail, and he's mad. I'm mad that I'm in jail, and I told you not to lose the thing, but you lost the thing.
Let's get into the hood. Let's get into the hood. Oh, Anthony Ramos as the Hood. This
Yes.
yo, you know what's wild is nobody says like, yo, why do you have a pirate? They look like a fucking going to the Renaissance fair.
With Jordans on, right?
Walking around Chicago with a fucking Renaissance. Yo, nobody says nothing.
Renaissance cape,
Oh my
fucking
God.
puffy shirt, but it's rocking a pair of Jordans. All right, cool. Chicago's on that next level fashion, I guess.
You know, because everybody in his crew is really hood and really street.
But no, it's once again check boxes. We have got a queer presenting person.
We got a drag queen.
We got the drag queen. We have the two fighting lesbians.
Yeah.
Right. And we got a Spanish. We got two Spanishes. Right. It's like inclusion bingo. The way this team is like set up, which representation matters, but like.
And you know what, man? I get that Alden and Anthony wanted to be part of a Marvel project, but I was like, why pick this one, y'all? Y'all were too good for this shit.
It's supposed to come out 3 years ago, so that means it was probably in production 4 years ago. They didn't know. When they signed on, they didn't know.
Oh man, yeah, the Hood. They got to do a bunch of heists for some reason. It's like 3 different heists,
which didn't make sense because
right?
You can like, why do all these heists when you can literally just turn invisible
and walk through fucking walls
and walk through a motherfucker's house?
Right. Got magic bullets.
Got magic bullets. Is like, there's an easier way to do extortion, my guy.
Like, he uses sorcerer magic, and we know this because we've seen the Doctor Strange magic in almost now everything. Like this, like y'all might as well have Doctor Strange in every movie now.
And we're going to talk about the magic connection in a minute.
Yeah. But anyways, he's using the magic bullets like they did in Wanted, which also took place in Chicago. But I feel like Wanted was more plausible than half the shit here.
Because they really never explain the full range of his powers, right?
It's
like,
all tied to the Hood.
Right. Because I must have missed the scene where they mentioned that he has to hold his breath to be invisible.
Yeah, it's the same.
Right? Like all of a sudden in episode 2, when they're doing the tunnel heist, she's like, he can't hold his breath for that long. It's like, why does that nigga have to hold his breath?
Yo,
is he underwater?
That thing, they spent, not only did they spend so much money on it, but they made Riri so incompetent. And I'm like, I just saw her in Wakanda Forever, and I don't remember her being this bad. Like, she was honestly the most resourceful character, and in this they just make her stupid and selfish.
Right. And like, why a whole bunch of leaps in logic. So she built an Iron Man suit from scratch,
right? And everybody knows she's like, oh, she got her own suit of armor. Like, even the U.S. government's like, oh yeah, this girl can, and like,
she would have, like, but first episode, she's like, oh, I don't have any money. If the world knows that you have the intelligence to build an Iron Man suit from fucking scrap metal, right? You're not wanting for money, right? Every tech company, every billionaire industrialist,
you know, Halliburton,
every government.
Yeah, Halliburton's calling her right now.
Right?
Probably like CIA's like, yo, we need 10 of these stat.
Like, A, and B, Wakanda would have never let her leave.
Oh yeah, because they know that she can do all that. That means like, they're letting her. They're letting her build tech.
Right. They are not letting her intelligence out into the world, right? Without supervision, because she's next level. What they should have done for Ironheart was her running away from Wakanda because she's too much of a rebel. Like she's a rebel, but they're trying to tame her free spirit with the intelligence, with the technology that's available of Wakanda for the greater good, and she just wants to be a teenager, right?
Yeah.
And then she escapes out into the world, and then the havoc happens. That is more plausible. But no matter what, she's not wanting for money or resources. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Yes.
look, I also don't understand what the Hood wanted. Right? Like, why were they doing these heists? And then it was going to lead up to one final job that was really important for Riri. And we never know what he's doing all this for other than money. But then we find out in the last episode, he just wanted his dad to sign over his whole estate. And I'm just like, I don't know why you had to do all this crime shit to get to this point.
Literally, you could have just robbed banks, used the money to buy stock.
Yeah.
And it would have accomplished the same thing you did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it wasn't just me where I was just like, wait, what?
Right. You just really want to be rich, right? No wonder your dad kicked you out when you were 12. You're an asshole.
And he's also, you got to remember, he's under possession of Misfeto. So the Hood makes him more and more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. The real big bad of this show is Mephisto, a.k.a. Sacha Baron Cohen.
And you know what? Not to give him credit, he is menacing but he's a pretty big villain. And I was just like, I feel like this should be in a better show or actually a movie. Like, this should be a movie. Shouldn't this be a Doctor Strange thing?
Yeah. Let's talk about Doctor Strange. They name drop him throughout this whole entire show because not only is it about technology, it is about magic because the magic because the Hood is magic.
Say it like
I've never
Matthew McConaughey in the Dark Tower. Magics. Me and my magics.
So I've never read the Ironheart comic books.
I did. I don't remember any magic, but apparently now in the MCU, according to everybody, she's one of the most powerful characters because not only can she make a suit of armor, she now can use magic with her armor, which I'm just like, but why?
Right? It's sort of like...
It's the Punisher Spider-Man thing. It's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right. So by the 5th episode, her suit is now infused with magic from Dormammu.
Yeah, which is
and by a baby witch.
That brings up a lot of questions. Like, wouldn't it strange if he's in the dark dimension with whoever the fuck Clea is? Wouldn't he know? Like, wait,
that someone's fucking with Dormammu? Because there was a whole entire movie about people fucking with Dormammu. Yes, there would be questions. And so the suit gets infused with magic, but I don't know what the magic does for the suit.
Yeah. It didn't really do much.
Never explained.
It didn't really do much.
It's never explained. Yeah.
It ends in the worst way possible. First off, I thought this was a mini series, so I thought this was all going to be wrapped up. They are setting up for a second season,
which they are not going.
Yeah, man. And then I don't like that they. You could have had Riri grow as a character by the end of this, and instead she just regressed because now she shook Misfeto's hand, or Misfeto's.
Mephisto. I don't even think she shook his hand. It was like a to be continued. It was literally fade to black.
Yeah, but
So we
Natalie is.
we don't know.
You saw Natalie has a little dark misfito magic.
But I don't know if that was a dream sequence or not, because they tried to make the end so ambiguous so as to like tune in for next week's episode type bullshit.
Yeah, but even if
you
this
could've
gets
just-
renewed for a second season, it's still going to take like 3 years.
Right. And we've said this plenty of times. Just make your show, make your thing, and end it. Right.
Because I will say this:
end it.
as bad as these Marvel shows have been, the one thing I do appreciate is like it was a mini series. So it was like
Right.
the only one that had an open end where I'm like, yeah, I would like more has been Moon Knight. Otherwise, every other one has kind of ended. Like, yo, this is it.
Right. Except for this one. This is obviously they were looking for a season 2, but the thing is, season 1 has to be good. And this is it's got some good things in it, right? Question mark.
I feel bad for Ryan Coogler though.
Yeah, like how involved was Ryan Coogler? Did he just put his name on it?
He's an executive producer, but he's all over social media pushing the show. Plus his production company, his production company logo is at the end and the beginning. Proximity. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, but
I think he should have been a little more involved, honestly.
100%. Like, because for the longest time we heard that like this was Ryan Coogler doing Ironheart.
No, producing.
Right? Producing, right? And it's like, okay, that means he's going to be hands-on. He's going to be like, this is how it should go. It is obvious that Ryan Coogler had minimal involvement in this.
Which makes me scared for Eyes of Wakanda, which is an animated anthology that's dropping, like, I think later this year or either later this summer. Sometime this year. I'm scared for that because that's also a passion project from him. And I'm like, bro, if this is this, like, then what's your anthology, your animated anthology going to be?
Yeah, I don't, because they've got a tough road to hoe, because Killer of Killers was an anthology. That's a banger.
I mean,
right?
Right? Listen, Disney, if you do one thing, never take Dan Trachtenberg off of Predator. Like, yo, just keep giving that motherfucker money.
Right.
Be like, if he wants to do something else, be like, we'll let you go do something else, but also remember, we got this $50 million waiting for you to come do Predator 6.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so it does make me apprehensive for Eyes of Wakanda, because and yes, the show is bad, but it's not horrible. If anything, it seems lazy.
Yo, because I really like the Alanis Morissette shit in episode 2.
Yeah, and it's got some. I like Alden's character, right? I think the Natalie, the AI, has more. Honestly, she has more depth.
Yes, that's the thing. Is like, yo, even her mom is a more well-rounded character than she is, and I think that's a disservice to the show itself.
Right. Even Dead Dad has more nuance.
Yeah, man. Like, I get it. She has anxiety and PTSD, but at a certain point, you gotta stop fucking up and making other people. She's literally making other people's lives miserable.
Right. And she's just making wrong choice after wrong choice. But they're not simple, like youthful, right? You don't know any better wrong choices. You are a genius. If you think of it like strategically, you are making bad fucking choices. Like on a logic level, you are making bad choices. And like I said, it's paint by numbers. It really is. And the writing's bad. The dialogue's bad.
Yeah. They're doing a lot of Marvel jokes, and you know what Marvel jokes I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I know the types of
Yeah.
jokes. I can't remember any jokes in
Yeah,
this.
because they're all
because I
they're
was
all bad.
yeah, they're all bad. Yeah, this show is lazy. You know, a show is lazy when your idea of exposition in the first episode is literally other characters telling the main character about who they are.
Yeah.
Right? The entire first episode is like, hey, remember when we did that? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, thank you, side quest character, for telling us all about something that we should have discovered throughout the series about this. But there we go. We hit the skip
I
button.
mean, even the little kid, Hustle Kid, was cooler.
Even Hustle
Yeah.
Kid, right? I don't understand. This really pissed me off. The second episode. So when she finds Joe McGillicuddy on the dark web, you take your whole entire Iron Man suit to a man's house that you don't know, who deals in black market technology. Do you think that's a smart idea, bringing your black market technology to someone who deals in black market tech? Right? It worked out for her, but even on a logic level, is like, this motherfucker might try to kill me and take my shit.
I didn't even think about it that way because I was just so irritated by the stereotypical Karen they had to put in as his neighbor. I'm like, what was there to gain through this?
Even he has more growth, right? They put her and to show how much of a cuck he is, right? How much of a simp when we first meet him, and by the end, he's about to he mans up, right? So the Karen's there to show his growth. I wish they had put something in there for our main character to show her growth.
I feel like we could have did that in a better way though, because
100%, yeah. 100%. Remember, this was written 4 to 5 years
I think
ago.
I probably would have enjoyed that a little more 4 to 5 years ago, but it's not fucking funny anymore.
Right. Yeah, the jokes don't hit. And there's a whole entire scene in the car in the second episode where Riri is coaching Ezekiel Stane on how to use his white male privilege.
Yeah,
remember in the car?
Yeah.
I have problems with this fucking show and how it's written. And it's and I feel like I'm nitpicking. It's just because I think we deserved more.
Oh yeah. Yeah, listen,
right?
Just because it's made by black people, starring black people, and it's in a major property, don't mean it should get a pass. Because we should be doing better.
We should be asking for more. We should be asking for better. We should be delivering better for ourselves.
It's the Tyler Perry effect, right? Because he has it in him. We've seen Gone Girl.
We've seen it.
And we know it's there, bro. And even Star Trek, we're just like, we seen you, dog. Like,
even his Alex Cross.
A terrible movie, but not because of him. But I see what you're saying.
Right.
Like, we know it's there, bro. And like
we can do better. Tyler Perry can do better.
You choose not to.
Right. Another thing, and because they only gave us 6 episodes, I found myself not engaged in the whole entire thing because it's just so fucking TV. It felt TV. It felt like it was written by TV people. The leaps in logic were fucking obvious. So in the second episode, when we meet Joe McGillicuddy, he talks about how his bunker with all his black market tech.
Yeah, that was wild that nigga has a bunker.
Right? It's only accessible through retinal scan, biometrics, right? How about in the 5th episode?
How she gets in?
It's like, why do you have a extra fucking key under your live, laugh, love welcome mat at your secret weapons bunker? Why do you have a spare key under the mat that just bypasses all of the biometrics? So why'd you make a point of the biometrics in the second episode?
Right. If you're gonna lazily write around that
in the fifth episode,
2 episodes later or 3 episodes later.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Maybe I'm not as pissed because I was half watching this. Because like after episode 2, I was just like, and you know me, I give everything my full attention. But like this one, I was just like, yo, what's good on Twitter, real quick. As I'm sitting here,
and I get
it's playing, I'm sitting here like this.
And I think I'm so mad because I actually watched it. Right? I didn't have because I wanted to. I wanted to Instagram. I wanted to take a fucking nap.
Yo, listen, I'm glad you did because one of us had to get these details straight.
Right? So I'm so angry because I actually watched it and I got angrier and angrier because I was actually watching it.
Well, I'm glad you did because, like, yo, listen, you saved my ass a few times during this review.
Yeah, no, it's all good, baby. Like we're team players.
Yo, you know who I absolutely hated is homie's right hand man, just the fucking stereotypical street dude.
And here, another thing, right? They make a big deal about how his specialty is knives. Maybe pulled out a knife once or twice.
No, because that's racist, bro. Also, we just got Gabriel. Like we just got Gabriel.
we just got Isai Morales. It was like,
that shit
I get it. Oh fuck! But fucking more story issues. And I feel like I'm beating up on this, but sometimes bullying. Right, I feel like I'm bullying this show, but maybe sometimes something needs to be bullied.
I mean, bro, like we were both apprehensive about this just because we were just like, bro, Wakanda Forever was damn near 4 years ago, and even that we were disappointed by. So like, it's just like coming into this, and I was excited for Sinners because I was like, oh, it's just some new shit from Ryan Coogler. It's not like no franchise shit. He has total control over it. So like I trusted that. This year I was apprehensive because I'm like, bro, it's damn near 4 years later. We're just now getting this and y'all dropping it in a point in time where it just doesn't make sense to drop something like this.
Right. And like I know you made it and you want to put it out. But look, sometimes I disagree with a studio shelving a project that's completed, right? Sometimes something needs to just be shelved.
I would drop this in a more convenient time. Like this would have been like the first thing in phase or the mutant saga. Just be like, hey, this happened. It has, and I would make them reshoot the end for this so that way, like, hey.
I would rework the whole
main
bunch.
Thing, I would have told them like, yo, no cliffhangers because look, from now on, Riri's just gonna be a guest star in some movies. Like we're no more of this.
Yeah, right. But like I think they've had the time to rework this entire show.
Yes.
Right? It's not like they shot it last year and it's coming out this year.
I know it was like a couple of years ago.
Right. So like you've had time to retool this. And if this is if this is the retool, how bad was it originally?
By the way, Eyes of Wakanda drops August 6th.
All right. So like this does not make me excited for Eyes of Wakanda.
Eyes of Wakanda this. At least it's an animated anthology. So this was in production. By the way, this was announced July 2018.
Wow.
And then so it was announced, it leaked to the trades, and then December 2020 is where they're saying like, yo, Ironheart TV show. So they announced it December 2020 officially. Yeah. Dog, they hired the head writer in April 2021. Anthony Ramos signed on in March 2022. And they started shooting this. Wow. Yeah. They started shooting this in 2022.
Right.
Whoa.
Um,
Okay.
so no one read the scripts, right? No one watched this after it was cut and was like, you know what? We got to do better.
Well, get this. Because Ironheart was developed prior to Marvel Studios' late shift towards multi-season television series, they're taking a wait and see approach in regards to this getting a second season. I'm like, yeah, then y'all should have just kept this as a fucking miniseries then. Like, honestly, everything
Right.
you shot before that pivot should have just stayed a miniseries, and then from whatever you do from here on out, it's gonna be a show. Like Daredevil could be a multi-season show.
Because honestly, if you remove like some strategic editing and a lazy voiceover at the end of the 6th episode would have at least made this a complete thing instead of this cliffhanger bullshit that we're never going to get. Right? Because not only is it not a good show, right? But Disney doesn't even have faith in it. So that means the public's not going
because the
to have faith in
reputation for this is terrible.
it. Right. Yeah. I've got plenty more to say, but all of it is just like me looking at this with a microscope because it's so fucking blaring. It almost feels insulting to me that that Disney beyond Black Panther doesn't seem to give a fuck about black people.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna hold that off until we see Wonder Man in December. Which I don't even know. Again, I'm asking. I'm like, what?
Say
why though? Like the things you guys are picking and doing and the way you're doing it, I'm just like, but why? Like I don't understand.
Right.
I've seen the trailer for Wonder Man. I'm like, okay, so he's just a stunt dude pretending to be a superhero. Why the fuck is this a TV show? Why is this a thing at all other than like, hey, this would be a movie out from Warner Brothers or Sony? Because that would make a good movie. Not no fucking part of it's cinematic universe where we have a dude wielding a thunder hammer. Yeah,
it's the Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Right? Wonder Man is the Fall Guy.
I don't know why we need the Fall Guy in the MCU. Like, what would Wonder Man have to offer anybody? Like, I'm going to get on the phone and be like, who am I going to call? Am I going to call fucking Captain America or am I going to call Wonder Man? Okay.
Right. And like, let me walk back what I said. Like, it's not that Disney doesn't like black people. It's just that you are fundamentally going against what comic books were originally supposed to represent, right? Comic books were stories about marginalized people for marginalized people, right? And some of your greatest characters, right? The X-Men, fucking Blade,
Spider-Man,
Black Panther,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Like, that's why he's so relatable, because he fucking suffers, man.
Right? And so the fact that beyond, let's face it, the first Black Panther and just and Chadwick, anything that Chadwick has been involved in the MCU, right? Beyond that, it seems half-hearted, right? And I had hope for Anthony Mackie because I liked where they were going with
Falcon
Anthony
and the
Mackie,
Winter Soldier.
but like Falcon the Winter Soldier, right? But then we get Cap 4, and it's like, come on, we deserve
honestly, better. Either Captain and Falcon and Winter Soldier or Thunderbolts should have been Cap 4. I really don't understand why you guys didn't have an actual story for Cap 4. Like, y'all just did that whole shit to do Red Hulk. I don't. The fuck.
Right. And that shits on Anthony Mackie. That shits on what he's built with Sam Wilson. That shits on fucking Carl Lumbly.
I think it shits on the character of General Ross too. No offense.
Yeah, 100%. Right? It's yeah. I like it's and I feel like I'm being ultra harsh on this, but I'm being ultra harsh on this because somebody has to. Right? Like so we have to uh call truth to power. We got to the truth to power. And the truth is Marvel has to do better when it comes to inclusion in
Yeah,
general.
because like y'all let the ladies hang out to dry. Like that was shameful what y'all did for the Marvels.
100%.
And then just threw Nia under the bus. Like that's a shame. Y'all let the incels like really ruin that shit.
Right? Like don't put people of color or other marginalized people in these movies if you're not going to do it well. Otherwise, just give me some basic bitch white. I'd rather watch basic bitch white
Yeah, because
done well.
I'm gonna give you this tidbit, Jeff. Wakanda Forever came out November 2022. This started shooting in May 2022, finished November 2022. So this finished filming right before Wakanda Forever dropped. They didn't do additional photography on this until February 2024, last year.
Right. So it was sitting for 2 years before you even came around as like, oh yeah, we need to do something else.
That's shameful.
Yeah. So I know Disney is going to listen to this. We've probably burnt some bridges, but
y'all gotta just do better, man. Like there's no reason for this to be this sloppy, quite frankly. And it's not like I hate Riri. I like her as a character, but like, damn, y'all.
Yeah, like everything I'm mad at is on a story character level, right? Or how you have made this character. It's not on the concept. The concept's great.
You know what would have been a cool concept? Is this could have been maybe she gets kicked out of MIT, but then like there's some industry man in the Marvel MCU besides Norman. Yeah, so you could have Justin Hammer. He's out on parole. He's gonna be like, hey, we're gonna work together, and that's the whole thing. You have just do Spider-Man with Iron Man, if that makes sense. Like Riri's Peter Parker, and instead of having web shooters and spider powers, she just builds suits, and then you could just have the same fucking arc there.
Or she comes back to Chicago, and there's this evil industrialist who tricks her into working for him because she thinks he or she is trying to improve Chicago. Right? It like her whole entire idea for the iron suits is for first responders. Well, this guy is like, look, I want to make Chicago safer.
Creates a police state,
right? And he creates a police state. There are so many different ways you could have not only told this story well, but have been topical. Can you imagine that idea we just pitched right now? If that show was out, it'd be the highest fucking rated
I mean, you
Marvel
can
show
still
ever,
keep them
right?
And think about it.
We're
If
here
the
now.
suits of armor that she built turns on her, she's gonna need help. Then you could have the magic niggas in here, bro.
Yeah. Boom. We just pitched that in 2 minutes. We came up with that in 2 minutes.
You go ahead. I forgot to let you go about the magic niggas.
Go ahead. Go talk about the magic motherfuckers. That makes no fucking sense, but go ahead.
So, Erykah Badu and
yo, don't put that on Cree Summer. Don't do that. Yeah, I mean, she does. Cree Summer is definitely fucking channeling Erykah Badu in this.
Yo, and I love you, Erykah Badu. Like, I cannot wait for your album with The Alchemist to come out. Did you know that she's doing that?
I did not.
I
But
love
that sounds
Alchemist
amazing.
beats. I love playing them just hard as shit. People just look at me wild, uncomfortable because they're either like so dark or so drugged out. They're like, "What the fuck?" Love Alchemist. Shout out to The Alchemist. Only white guy I fuck with in
I mean,
rap.
like what? I mean, shout out to the soundtrack for this though.
that was
The
hard.
show
Yeah.
because it's a mixtape. It's a mixtape.
But yeah, Erykah Badu and her daughter, who her daughter, yo, I was like, yo, she's cute, bro. She's cute as fuck. But and she was speaking in riddles and shit. You remember
I
that
guess
shit?
I don't know.
Yo,
Yeah, I
they're
guess.
sorcerers. Apparently, Erykah Badu got kicked out of. She got kicked out of fucking it was Comertage.
Hogwarts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Comertage. And
no, she didn't get kicked out. She got knocked up, and she didn't want to raise her daughter at Comertage.
Doesn't make sense because she's still letting her do magic and shit.
Yeah, so it's like, so just go to Comertage and do it right instead of this fucking night school bullshit.
It makes no sense.
Right?
Makes no sense whatsoever. But that's how magic's introduced, and that's how Riri like learns some sorcery because there's 2 black sorcerers, and I like that. The idea of black sorcerers. I like the idea that hey, they run a shop. That's cool. They could honestly, they could just been like, hey, Wong sent us here on a mission, and we run this shit for the indefinite future.
Yeah. There was. I love the excuse me. I love the concept.
No, better execution.
Better execution.
Like on all this shit.
Like, there's nothing here that on paper I don't fuck with. It's when they put it, when they took it from the paper.
You see what I'm saying? But I just had
Right?
so many good ideas and they are just executed. I was like, it's a mess because there's a lot of good stuff in here, but not together and not like this.
100%. 100%. Like the whole entire Ezekiel Sims Riri connection, that their friendship should have been honestly either the entire show, right? And how he gradually becomes a villain, right? Or
you could have been an executive in fucking Stark Industries and been like, hey, my dad used to work here. I saw that you're not. You got kicked out of MIT. Why don't you come work at Stark Industries? I'll help you. I know you're tight on money because that's her whole motivation is to get money. I'll be like, yeah, I know you're tight on money. Why don't you come work for us?
Right, and like he's trying not to be like his father, but like slow, like it's
have him be like his father at the beginning. Have him be a real slime ball, like like, ooh, this is the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, but I kind of like the 2-episode friendship we get with Riri.
Yeah. Oh man, what they do with this character, y'all, I was just like, damn, this is terrible. Even the way he helps her out because homie's like, oh no, you work for me now. You basically my slave. And then even when he saves her, he's like, we still have beef. I'm like, nigga, seriously? God damn.
It's like, why are you like stop setting shit? Cut that line, right? Because that line indicates that there's a second season, and as soon as they knew there's not going to be a second season for this shit,
is like, yo, there's a mid-credit scene with Anthony Ramos manipulating cute,
a little baby, baby witch,
cute sorcerer girl, into helping him learn magic, and I'm like, bro, can we take if we gotta keep Alden, fine. But can we take Anthony off the board? Like, I don't understand how he's still a player in this shit. Honestly, Alden should be off the board too. Like, the main villain should be Mesfito.
Right. And like, all right, so that's another thing that's never explained. If Dormammu isn't the main, isn't a villain, right? He's not even involved. Then how come Anthony Ramos has the growing veins all over his body, like what happens when you're a follower of Dormammu?
I don't know.
I'm exhausted talking about how badly they fumbled the ball on this show.
And it's sad because I despite all the fucking problems I was having with it, I was like, these first 2 episodes, I really were enjoying. I was like, okay, like it's fun so far, and then like it just got progressively worse and worse and worse. And it's not like the first 2 episodes were any good. I was just having fun with it. Like I'm not gonna hold you. They're not good.
Yeah. But I found things throughout the show that didn't make me hate it totally. Right? So like I enjoyed it enough to like not quit. Right? But I'm angry that it took us this long for this.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I think I'm gonna close out on this. Is like I'm mad it took us this long for this.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, absolutely. Like, if we get screeners for a second season, like let's say if this does, which I very doubtfully, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I'd put money on the fact that this,
unless they're
not
trying to
gonna
save
happen, but-
face.
Yeah, go ahead.
But let's say it does get a second season.
Right.
The only way you would get me to watch this is if we have to review it like this again. Otherwise,
right.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't have to watch it,
Right.
I'm not going to.
Right. If someone else gives me a review of it and they say, "All right, it's good," then maybe I'll jump back in. Right. But unless we get everything all at once, is like we need this. We need your opinion. And honestly, they really didn't want our opinion on this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm interested to see how the reviews are. You know what I'm saying? See what our other critical brethren say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that.
I want to know what Alan
that's going to be interesting.
Thinks. Like he's a top TV critic, and I'm like, I wonder if Alan's going to watch this because I want to know what Alan, the dude who wrote the best book on The Sopranos.
Yeah, so Tuesday's going to be interesting. By the time this episode is out, all the reviews will be out, and let's all take it in. See what the world has to say.
Well, that's our special Ironheart Marvel episode.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.